In a remarkable show of patriotism, Israeli startup founders have joined the fight amidst the ongoing conflict with Hamas. In a time when the nation is under attack, these individuals have chosen to pause their entrepreneurial pursuits, stepping up to support the military and those affected by the war. In an inspiring display of unity, many have volunteered for the Israeli Defense Forces, stepping into the line of fire to protect their homeland. Others have turned their focus to fundraising, rallying their networks to gather much-needed resources and donations. The war has not stopped the wheels of innovation from turning. Despite the conflict, startups are continuing their operations. Employees are showing an incredible amount of resilience, juggling between their military duties and work responsibilities. The entrepreneurial spirit is alive and well, even in the face of adversity. The startup community in Israel is not just standing by, they are using their skills to support their country's war effort. From complex data processing to cyber defense, these tech-savvy individuals are contributing their expertise where it is needed most. Leadership during these times is crucial. Some founders have temporarily handed over the reins to their co-founders, while others are relying on their teams to ensure smooth operations. The spirit of camaraderie is evident, as everyone pulls together to keep their startups afloat, while supporting their nation. In the face of adversity, the Israeli startup community stands firm, using their skills to support their country's war effort. These individuals are not just entrepreneurs, they are patriots, demonstrating that the spirit of innovation can also be a powerful force for national defense. The ripple effects of the Israel-Hamas conflict are being felt far beyond the borders of the two nations. This ongoing strife has not only triggered a humanitarian crisis, but has also sent shockwaves through the global economy. Let's begin with the oil market. The instability in the Middle East, a region rich with oil reserves, has led to significant price jumps. This volatility has pressured oil-dependent economies and may necessitate increased supply from other oil-producing countries such as Saudi Arabia. Next, we turn our attention to Israel's currency. The Israeli shekel has taken a hit amidst the turmoil, reflecting the nation's internal strife and the uncertainty of the conflict's outcome. This depreciation impacts not only Israeli citizens, but also international investors and businesses with ties to the country. Meanwhile, the defense sector is witnessing a different story. Stocks in this industry have seen a surge as the demand for military equipment and services escalates. This rise, however, brings with it ethical concerns about profiting from conflict and destruction. Finally, we must consider the potential geopolitical risks in US stocks. As the conflict continues, the mounting debt and geopolitical risks could impact the US stock market, as warned by billionaire investor Ray Dalio. The US, with its close ties to Israel and significant influence in the Middle East, could see its financial landscape shift depending on the trajectory of the conflict. As the world watches the unfolding events in the Middle East, the economic implications of this conflict are becoming increasingly clear. As the war rages on, the civilian population of Gaza is caught in the crossfire, facing a dire humanitarian crisis. Heavy shelling in South Gaza towns has led to the displacement of countless individuals seeking refuge. The toll of the conflict is tragically evident in the loss of life, with at least 49 Palestinians killed in overnight Israeli strikes that hit homes in Khan Yunis and Rafah. The situation is further compounded by a critical shortage of essential resources. Many hospitals are running low on water and power supplies, putting the lives of patients and medical staff at risk. Aid workers have warned that Gaza is on the brink of collapse due to the Israeli siege, with thousands of people seeking shelter and basic necessities. In the face of these challenges, international organizations are stepping up to provide aid. Alphabet, the parent company of Google, has announced a significant commitment of $8 million in grants to non-profit organizations, providing relief to civilians affected in Israel and Gaza. This includes over $1 million raised by Google employees, matched by the company, and $1 million in donated search ads to help non-profits connect with those in need and those looking to help. Meanwhile, the European Union has launched an EU humanitarian airbridge operation. This operation involves multiple flights to Egypt, intended to deliver essential supplies to aid organizations operating in Gaza. The first two flights, carrying humanitarian cargo from UNICEF, including shelter items, medicines, and hygiene kits, are scheduled to deliver these life-saving supplies this week. The EU has also tripled its humanitarian assistance to over €75 million to support civilians in Gaza. Amid the devastation, international organizations are stepping up their efforts to provide much-needed aid and relief to the civilians affected by the conflict. In a significant turn of events, the Israel Defense Forces have successfully targeted and killed Osama al-Mazini, a senior Hamas leader. Osama al-Mazini was no ordinary figure in the conflict. He held a prominent position in Hamas's political bureau and was the head of Hamas's Shura Council. His role was instrumental in shaping the strategies and policies of Hamas, making him a key player in the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict. The IDF's operation targeting al-Mazini was a calculated move, aimed to disrupt Hamas's leadership and weaken its operational capabilities. The IDF spokesperson's unit and the Shin Bet confirmed his assassination in a joint statement, as reported by the Jerusalem Post. The elimination of such a high-ranking Hamas figure is expected to have significant implications on the conflict. While it may be seen as a success for the Israeli Defense Forces, it could also potentially escalate tensions. Hamas may seek to retaliate in response to the loss of one of their key leaders, possibly intensifying the conflict. On the other hand, the assassination of al-Mazini might also disrupt Hamas's command chain, potentially affecting their ability to coordinate and execute operations effectively. This could provide an opportunity for the IDF to further press their advantage. Regardless of the outcome, the assassination of Osama al-Mazini is a clear demonstration of the IDF's intent to target Hamas's leadership directly. It underscores the high stakes and the volatile nature of the conflict, with both sides willing to take significant actions to achieve their objectives. The death of Osama al-Mazini marks a major development in the Israel-Hamas conflict, the consequences of which remain to be seen. As the conflict escalates, the role of the US, a major player in the region, becomes increasingly significant. A prominent figure stepping into this complex situation is General Michael E. Kurilla, a high-ranking US military commander. He recently made a visit to Israel to meet with senior Israeli counterparts. The purpose of this visit was to gain a deeper understanding of Tel Aviv's defense requirements, according to the general's headquarters. In this volatile situation, every move by major powers like the US is under the microscope, with each decision having potential impacts for all parties involved. The US continues to play a crucial role in the conflict, with its actions having far-reaching implications on the ground.